When we think of the old money aesthetic, a few stereotypical things come into mind: chunky cigars, theater boxes of the gods, and peers who are up there on the social ladder. Given that not all of us were born with a silver spoon stuck in our mouths, there are more ways than one that we can use to get into these elite circles. Maybe you're knowledgeable of the culture, or you're on the hunt for a true mega millionaire in a crowd of phony money. You know, you can't judge someone's wealth by the pen brand or the watch they use. Welcome to Luxo-Life, your partner toward personal growth and success. So whether you're on the mission of uncovering someone or want to know the secrets of blending in, here are the top 12 things old money people do. First and foremost, avoid succumbing to fast fads. It's not called old money for no reason. These people have witnessed the passing of trends. Folks within this circle do not understand how the younger generation would spend thousands on regular items that will be the last season trend tomorrow. As people who do not pay much time and energy gossiping and playing into social media scams, the latest trends rarely impress them. However, they do recognize these as a diversion that keeps most of the population preoccupied while they deal with real business. Number 2. Only the best universities. It's no surprise that old money is in favor of sending their children to Ivy League schools. From Oxford to Harvard, it's part of the ethos to be proud of your alma mater. Old money understands that it's not just what you can learn in school, but also the people who served in the same room as you. These college buddies will be sitting across from you in the boardroom. Aside from that, it's the way it is, and old-moneyed families understand that investing in a decent education prepares the next generation to retain the wealth in the family. The third point, buying quality items so they won't have to replace something until it's broken. The Queen in the Crown has the means to buy whatever vehicle the Royal Highness desires to put herself in, but surprisingly, she prefers to ride in the same old Land Rover Series 1. It's an excellent example of old money, refusing to replace something that works until it's completely necessary to do so. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as the saying goes. The people of old money are wise and intend to use items until their last dying breaths, or if they've already superseded their use. Number 4. Unbroken Traditions. Of course, there will come a time when they will need to replace a rust, moldy, and overexploited item, but you can guarantee they'll go back to find the same product or at least an upgrade of it. Imagine how they must have felt when they had to replace their sturdy Nokia with a touchscreen iPhone. They may be set in their ways since they only favor one shoe brand, one tailor, one type of baggage, and one color of linen. This is typical because old money likes things to stay the same. It's a combination of familiarity, comfort, and the traditional sensation of most luxury brands that don't get swayed by the trends of the season. After all, old is gold. Fifth on the list, having a personalized family tree. A family tree is a symbol of unity and a brazen call-out to generational success and tradition. You will know you're in the presence of true old money when you notice a gold-plated frame of a family tree with fancy calligraphy and names of people with middle names and not one divorced couple. It's not simply a forced marriage. You're sure to know that your mother knew who your father was, and it's an obvious implication that these might be crossbreeding of titles and merging large fortunes instead of just marrying for blood and convenience. Number 6. Unintended History. Imagine an old money person filling out a LinkedIn profile. It would be a page of endless scrolling because of the significant history their career life holds. Fast money is not something that defines old money. They just don't show up at a job opportunity and expect overnight results. A history of prosperity is one of the basic pillars of old money. Europe's old money is well known for their estate homes that they've been passing down for generations. They prove the saying, "A rolling stone gathers no moss." Number 7. Time will always be more precious than money. Money won't be something that the rich will gatekeep, but their time is the biggest fortune you'll receive from them. That's because old money considers time as their most important asset. Time well spent, even if it entailed plundering and looting, is what got them to this point. To save their time for more important things, historically, old money often hired staff to prevent themselves from having to interact with anyone. If you do gain an audience with someone from the old money, don't be shocked if you encounter this next characteristic. Number 8. Straightforward responses. People within this circle aren't concerned with who they offend with their words. Getting told the truth does not account for a lot of deaths. Remember the time you went out for dinner with that one college friend and their rich uncle showed up? You probably remember them warning you to not take anything their uncle says personally. That's the candor we're pointing out here. The truth is the truth, so don't let your offense obstruct sound advice. In summary, they're completely honest about everything except our next point. Number 9. They avoid discussing money. Reluctance to talk about money is an obvious clue that someone is old money. You may expect them to cringe if you inquire how much they paid for anything. One rule of old money is that you don't talk about it. Number 10. Classical music expertise. The great academic world of the arts, from opera to ballet and the languages, it's an inborn specialty of the generationally wealthy. Knowing James Joyce's writings or speaking French has an aura of old money about it. If you've never been captivated by Tosca or laughed at Figaro, Latin opera might not have been a family tradition. Number 11. Almost no one but old money can have horse sports as a hobby. Horses are expensive. Man, even an old-school pair of horses and a carriage is more expensive than your average car. With hobbies like horseback riding, polo, and sports hunting, such entertainment is only available to the elite. However, such events also build long-term quality friendships. More so, the wealthy can discuss and lay out business deals and company plans during these sporty luxuries, but setting yourself on top of a goodly white horse comes with the legacy of old money. Number 12. Summer vacation in the south of France. Not a lot of things sound as luxurious and upper class as mentioning that you'll be spending the summer in the south of France. There are a few spots that come to mind when mentioning the countries such as Nice, Cannes, Monaco, and Saint-Tropez. But if you're looking for a more countryside than seascape scene, then Providence's medieval charm would be something you could use in polite conversations to impress. The Côte d'Azur is a place with a vast selection of sights to see and be seen. The rich also come and visit here to watch the scenery from afar in the comforts of their luxury yachts. And that concludes our agenda for today, but before we officially depart, here's an old saying from Mary McCarthy. Old money is fully as moronic as new money, but it's inherited an appearance of cultivation. What do you think of that quote? Share with us your thoughts and maybe some personal experience you've had from old money peers that reflect any of the pointers above. Of course, with the abundance of knowledge we have given you today, it still does not feel right to leave you guys so light-handed. So here's a bonus pointer: having a good sense of fashion and always being presentable without announcing your wealth. At this point, from following the trends above, you have probably already realized that old money doesn't like to gallop around flexing their luxuriously branded items. They don't try to keep up with the latest trends in fashion, but they somehow manage to be so sophisticated and stylish. This is because they don't buy flashy branded products or try to be trendy at all times. Their fashion philosophy revolves around a style that transcends seasonal trends and never gets old. This fashion sense radiates a serene but evident confidence that speaks of a polished quality tradition.